Action. All right, second attempt. The weather wasn't really the sound quality wasn't really with us the first time around. The force wasn't with us.
No, the force certainly wasn't.
Privileged today to be here with Mr. Bobby Parr.
Hello, Glenn. How are you?
Professionally known
as Bobby Parr.
As Bobby Parr.
Thank you, Glenn.
And it's a great honour to be with him. Piece of cinematic history. Best known for the 1975 film The Land That Time Forgot, in which he portrayed the caveman alongside the legendary actor Doug McClure. It's a great British action movie.
Yes.
It's a great privilege to be here with him today, and we just want to record, just for briefly, Bobby, just give yourself a bit of background. What led you up into the role of and what's your previous experience within the entertainment industry?
Well, I've always been a stand-up comic, a comedian, singer, speciality act, etc. Yeah, sorry.
For the full microphone.
Yeah, right. Sorry, yeah. I've always been a bit of a comic because I was a stand-up comic for many years.
Okay.
But leading up to this particular film, my agent and management at the time was Dennis Beecher.
Dennis Beecher.
Yep. He then asked me, would I be interested in doing a film called... well, actually, I don't know if he knew the title of the film at the time, but he just wanted to know if I would go down and meet Kevin Connor and Johnny Dark. This is the producer and director of this particular film that's going to be done. And he wanted a comic. So I thought, I'm going to put a comedy film or something, you know. Anyway, I came down to Shepperton Studios and I met Johnny Dark, and I said, my name is Bobby Parr. And he was, great, Bobby. I believe he was a bit of a comic in your days. I said, yes, I was a stand-up comic. I was an entertainer, basically. He said, do you think you could read for me? I said, yes, of course. What do you want me to read? He said, well, he gave me a script, and I read Bolu Botu. You know, that's fine.
Bolu Botu. Yeah, I remember that scene very well.
But he said, can you put a bit of feeling in it? So I said, yes, okay. I said, Bolu Botu. No. Can you feel to be extinct? Oh. I said, Bolu Botu. This is brilliant. Come here quick. John, sorry, I think it was John. No, sorry, it was Kevin, Johnny Dark. Interviewing
Johnny Dark and Kevin Connor.
Kevin Connor came in afterwards, yeah. And he said, Kevin, read it for Kevin. So I said, Bolu Botu. Oh, is it that brilliant? Morris, come here quick. Morris Carter come in. He said, read it again for Morris. I said, Bolu Botu. He said, it's brilliant. I said, you don't mind me asking, but who am I supposed to be playing? So Morris Carter said, you see that illustration up on the wall there? It's got a prehistoric man falling out of the jaws of a pterodactyl. That's you. Oh. I said, but then why did you want a comic? Well, he said, if a comic would be able to portray this character better than a main actor or a actor, because he would be saying that particular line directly in contact, and it wouldn't be that way because this character wouldn't have an earth clue on what you're talking about. For instance, a comic, if he tells a gag, he moves his head from left to right, to the middle, to the gods, etc. So it would be that particular position. So when he's asking me a question, I'm going, ship arm. Ship. That was the objective of that. It might sound stupid, but that is the whole idea of having a comic playing. I mean, although I was an actor, having a comic as an actor playing this part.
Yeah, very good. And moving on a bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Working with Doug McClure.
Lovely
Briefly.
person. Lovely man. I'm going to tell you a funny story. It used to take me 5.5 hours to make me up to be armed. And I just come out of the makeup room, and Doug says, we're going to go up to Shepperton Studio, at Shepperton Village. Will you come with us? I said, but, well, don't worry about that. Don't worry about your makeup, it's great. I said, all right, fine, I'll come up with it. So we did. We went up to Shepperton Studio to a pub, village, and into a pub, and the old country yokers are looking at this person. Doug said, don't worry, he's okay. We've just discovered him. He's okay. But he was a bit of a player, so he was a lovely person.
I believe he did like a bit of the old...
Well, I suppose so, yeah. We all do, don't we?
Yeah, we certainly do.
No, he was a lovely.
Of course, your next feature that you made was along similar, also an Edgar Rice Burroughs-based movie, which was At the Earth's Core, which you got to play the part of the Sag-off chief. Yeah. Again, alongside Doug McClure.
Yes, that's right. And
which Peter tragically, that's where you had the incident where you lost your finger.
Yeah. That was actually chopped off by Doug himself.
Oh.
Purely accidental.
Yep.
It was a scene where we're going through the tunnels of this earth and what they call it, fire and whatever.
Yeah, there was a lava corridor or
that
some
was
such,
or
the lava barrier or whatever.
That's it,
the lava barrier, or whatever they described it in the script.
The lava was being sort of shielded over in a sense. You can walk through it. And of course I've got through the other side of it, and then, because I'm the Sag-off chief, and I'm whipping hell out of them, and we get through the other side, and then Doug decides to give a poke at me and knock me over, and as I'm climbing up, Doug makes his way out through a portcullis, and of course as he goes through, he turns around because he's got a dummy chop which he's chopping away with, and then he picks up a live chopper, a real one, where he's supposed to chop through a chain. Down will come the portcullis in front of me. Well, this all happened, but I was being pushed onto the portcullis by the crowd artist. And of course, I was holding onto the portcullis, and Doug, still holding on the live chopper, the real one, he was chopping on the portcullis and chopped the thing off. And the last thing that was said was, one of the actors has lost his thing, and they said, good, carry on shooting. That's what it's like. Lovely time.
We'll have a part 2 at another stage. Let's thanks very much to
Bobby Parr.
Bobby, professionally, your professional name?
Yeah,
Bobby Parr, of course.
Yeah, actually, to be honest with you, Glenn, I don't think anybody really ever realised I'm Robert Parr. I've always used the name Bobby Parr from the early '63 when I became an Actors Equity member. So,
all right,
I'm still a member today.
So stay tuned. That's going to be for the next video at some point.
Okay, thank you, Glenn. Nice meeting you.
Very much. Cheers, Bobby.
Thank you.
Sounded a bit better.